We're live. So, you're sitting there in a coat. Must not got it warmed up out there yet. You're frozen. Yeah. Yes. Me too. Pond. Well, there were worms everywhere when I left work last night. There were, I mean, worms literally everywhere. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, they were everywhere. I mean, all over the roads. I could not believe how many night crawlers. I mean, when we were a kid, this was great because we went out and picked up the night crawlers. Actually, yeah. We also, of course, we were kids. We decided that we were going to sell fishing worms. So it rained. We'd go pick up the hello, fed up. Uh, we'd go pick up the fishing worms and we put them in a wooden box. We didn't know that the wooden box had the bottom rotted enough. So we lost all
Oh,
our worms. Hello, Somaya. So, we our worm farm didn't turn out to be too good, but it was fun for kids. We didn't believe my dad whenever, well, we guess we did believe him because we did it. We went out and he said, "Well, when it rains a lot, you can just go scoop the worms up off the ground." And we thought he was nuts because, we had to dig for worms. All right. You just jump in whenever. Glad you made it this morning. So he was telling us this, we thought, how cool and up, because we were out digging worms. I mean, with we were having to go deep for worms. And he told us,
right.
well, if it rains a lot, the worms come up to the ground. I'm like, yeah, right. Because they were so far down there, we couldn't get the worms up. Well, then one day it rained a lot, and those worms did come up, and we had a heyday just scooping the worms up off the ground, and it was it we had coffee cans, and we literally just went scooped them up off the ground. Hello, preppy. Well, they crawled.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's like,
Yes. Preppy says hi, Bobby. Preppy, I'm so sorry. Yesterday
hey,
I thought
Preppy.
about that all yesterday evening. That I'm really not a creeper. I'm really not a creeper. When I told you to send me your address, But and then I thought about it, if it was my kid, I would not be letting them give my address to anybody that they saw online. So I am so sorry. I should not have said that. But here is your little chicken, and it is ready to mail to you. So if you can talk to your mom and ask her if it's okay, if you could have a package sent to somewhere that you can pick it up. I don't know how to get it to you, but I don't want you to send me your address because I don't want to be a creeper. I don't want to seem like a creeper. Hi, Plushie. Yes, I remember you. You ask your mom, and maybe you can, if she's got a work address or something or a business address where she can get a package for you, and then you could send me that address, not your home address, because I'm really not a creeper, but you can't trust people on here, so I don't want you to do that. So I just felt really bad, and I'm sorry about that. How are you, Plushie? Wonder what he's doing up there. He sounds like I don't know what he's doing up there. What's that? Yeah, he'll be here in a little bit. How are you, Plushie? Yes, I remember you. He sounds like he's up there, like getting upset that he's up there, but he won't come down. Yeah, Mom said that you can send it to my address. It'd have to be my direct address. Well, as long as your mom approves, and I'm totally, as long as your mom approves, don't do it without her permission or without her knowing. Then you can send the address to my email. But I cannot stress enough, do not do it without your mother approval, because I am not a creeper and I don't want to get that reputation. I thought about that and I just like, what are you doing? That's just, why did you do that? Oh, I felt terrible, so I apologize. It's good to see you too, Plushie. Glad that you made it. It's just been so, the weather's been terrible and I really didn't even want to get outside, but I had to go to work. And last night there's this older lady that works in the office where I work, and when I went to get my car moved, oh yeah, I forget where you're from, Plushie, but um, so I went to get my car yesterday in all of that rain. I put a giant garbage bag over my head, and of course, it only covered to my thighs. And I went to the car that way to move my car. And by the time I got to the road, it there was water standing, and it's like 4 inches deep, 3 inches deep on each side of the road. You could not miss it. You could not, well, a kid could have probably jumped it, but I couldn't jump it. And um so anyway, I moved my car. My feet were soaked. My legs were soaked all the way to my thighs. And here is this older lady, and I'd say she's in her mid 70s. So I told her that if she didn't mind riding in my car, that I would take her to her car so that she didn't have to try to wade through those ponds. And she was so excited that I would take her to her car. I was just glad to be able to help her out. Did you find someone that knows how much is a good deal for the chickens? Uh, yes and no. I have friends that sell chickens, but mine are not the same size. So I'm going to just kind of make a wild guess. Come on down, sweetheart. Granny's down here waiting on you. So Devin pulled a dinger last night. Made his mother very mad. Do you want to hear it? Well, somebody delivered a pizza here last night. And he had sent me a message somewhere about this pizza. And I told him not to eat it. I didn't order it. And he didn't know where it came from anyway. Well, he had already started eating it. And I said, "You don't know where that came from. The elections are just over. You don't know if somebody's mad at me or what, since I'm the election official." And so I started texting my mom or anybody who might have sent a pizza to our house. But generally they don't ever do it without asking us. So anyway, of course, none of them had sent the pizza. And I told him, not to eat any more of it, and don't feed it to Levi. Well, then he says, "I know where it came from." And I said, "What happened?" And anyway, I get this message. I lied, something or other. So I called him. Well, it turns out that the people that live in our old house, because they have the same house number, had ordered a pizza and it was delivered to our house. And they showed up to get their pizza. And they asked if a pizza was delivered there. And Devin says, "No." I was furious, absolutely furious. So I said, "Why did you lie?" And he goes, "Well, because I'd already ate part of it and I didn't know what to do. What was I supposed to do?" I said, "You could have said, 'I thought my mom did it. I ate a slice of it,' and told the truth." Well, he didn't think fast enough for that. But so anyway, I made him order a pizza and have it delivered to them. And then I called them and told them what he did. And that I was very sorry and that they would have a new pizza, a fresh pizza, delivered to their house in about 30 minutes. Oh, he just panicked, because he thought I had ordered that pizza because he said, "Well, you knew I wanted a pizza." And I said, "I'm not going to order you a pizza when I'm not there to help you eat it." So I just don't know why he lied. I was like, if lying wasn't your first go-to, it would have never crossed your mind to lie to them. So it kind of tells me that he just lies to me all the time. Just really aggravated, you know. So then he was worried he wouldn't drive to town because the roads were so bad and his car would get stuck. And I thought, I'm tired of these excuses. You know, do it afraid, grow a pair. So anyway, I ordered it, made him pay for it, sent him a text and said, that cost you $25 for that lie. Crazy kid. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you? I mean, it was an honest mistake to start with. Hello, everyone. My sorry, I'm sitting here patting my fingernails because what was that, Bobby?
Who ordered it instead of just the address, the name of the
Well,
person's ordered it.
when I ordered again, because I called the store and they said in order to have it delivered, I had to order it online because apparently the delivery people were actually DoorDash. So I went back and ordered it online and it has a selection whether you have it hand delivered or whether you um delivered to your hand or left at your door. So this they had marked left at your door. So Devin just got home from his friend's house and there's pizza on the porch and he's like, "Oh, cool." Picks it up, goes in and eats it. Or starts to eat it and then decides to ask where it came from. Wrong sequence there. But anyway,
Oh, did it get?
right. Hi, Dico, Diana. Oh, the cactus hand is so fun. Mismatched socks. Love the name. Yeah, he was just I don't know why lie about it. I was not raised that way, so I have issues with that. Just and yeah, and that's what I hate about it because it just embeds itself in your life. And lies are not they're not good. Yeah.
To begin with.
Yeah, lie when it's easier to tell the truth. Hi, Umra. Come here, Treedark. Come here, Treedark. Let Granny have this old dirty shirt. Raise your arms up. Ellie, get down. You got your sock off? You want Granny to put your sock on? He was here for a whole 5 seconds.
said, "Would you leave them on? I want them off." Ugh. We went to
Umar
get
says hello. Umar says hello. Yeah, a lie is a sin, and I don't know why he thinks it's okay because he got in trouble so much for lying. I don't know why he thinks it's okay. And he got mad at me. He says, "You're trying to punish me for lying." And I said, "Devin, punishment or lying has consequences." I said, "You don't get free pizza."
Yep, that's for sure.
Uh, I called my mom and dad, and they said, "He just don't think like that." He- no, well, it's really not, but it costs somebody. But I said, if he had said, "Oh my gosh, I thought my mom ordered that for me and I ate some of it," they would have probably said, "Oh, that's okay. Go ahead. You keep it. We'll get another one." I mean, I wouldn't have wanted it after it had went in their house, and you know, I would have told them to keep it, but it should have been them saying that should have been them saying that they would, that they were giving it, not. But the thing of it, if he had just told the truth, none of that would have happened and it would have been fine. And he just totally freaked out. Crazy kid. Embarrassed him. Well, I mean, it is kind of weird, though, that a pizza shows up at your house. Yeah. Well, he said, "What did you tell anybody?" I mean, he kept asking this question, "Did you tell anybody I was wanting pizza?" And I said, "No." And he says, "Nobody?" And I said, "No, I didn't tell anybody that you wanted pizza. Why would I tell anybody you wanted pizza? I don't know." But my mom does. "Honey, you can't put your arm through the hole like that." Well, I guess you can because you just did. All right. All right. Okay, give me your foot. I'll put your sock back on. I'll put your sock on. There you go. Can say hi. Grady's got your drink and your snacks already. Hello, Lenora. Are you making a hat or the gnome? Uh, Hi, Lori. I am making the dress part, the apron part for the dress for the gnome because she just really looks weird, and right now I don't like her, so she's got to be dressed up a lot because I don't like her at all. So this is the apron. But yeah, I don't like this gnome so far at all. And I didn't get much done on it yesterday before work. She said, so I got her arms put on, and then I've made the hat, but the dress needs work. So here is her apron, but I think I'm gonna put, straps up here. because I'm just so. I made the hat yesterday before work, and then with all the everything that went on last night, I didn't get anything else done on it. So now I am trying to figure out how to make the dress look better. And I know it just needs some decoration on it, but I'm struggling with it because I don't like it.
That little
Preppy,
chicken.
Preppy is the one that wants the chicken. Do what? Oh, a real one? Oh, bye, Lori. Um, yes, this is my pattern, and I just, just kind of popped the dress onto here, and I think it's the head that I don't like, but the dress is too plain, so I'm adding the apron, which does help tremendously,
Yes.
but I think I'm going to put her arms up here, and I think that will help. I'm going to put her arms up here, and um I think she's going to hold a bunch of flowers up there, and I think that will fill up all of this part that I don't like.
Yeah.
So that is the plan right now. Hope you come back, Lori. Lenora, I agree. I agree with you. Something's not right. Oh, thanks. I'm trying to fancy her up because I don't like it. So we're gonna tie the apron around here. But I do think after I get flowers going and put them on the front of her dress, that I think that'll make it okay. Sometimes when you're in the middle of these crafts, they don't look good until they're done. I think it's the head too. It looks different from the others. Um, well, it does, but it's because it doesn't have a beard. The beard, the beard on the gnomes hide the bottom half of the head. So when you put a beard on it, it's perfectly fine. Well, this one doesn't have a beard because she's a girl, and it makes it. What's that? Yeah. Well, Vigo says a short pearl necklace. I thought about putting a fancy collar up here, but the whole thing is if I don't hide this part has to be hidden. Because even when you stick the hat on her head, and put her hat on, and I started to make a pointed hat, and I could not make a hat that did not look like a witch's hat. I don't know why it looked like that. But anyway, here is this hat. And I think if I just put a bunch of flowers up here, that it'll be okay. So I'm gonna do some flowers. And I'm gonna do flowers of every color that I because I think that's gonna make the difference. And I need to put the I'm gonna sew the flowers directly to her head like she's smelling them. Hi Vima. How are you today? We're on Ugly Gnome Dilemma. I like the necklace idea. I just don't like her. I don't like her chin. I don't like the way that looks. So I'm gonna put flowers up there like she's smelling them. Fema says, hi, Jeanette and Bobby. Did you see it? I don't know if you're looking or not, Bobby. Oh, well, I must have been gabbing because I didn't hear nothing. Oh, that would be great, Vigo. I could not find pattern testers for anything. So I've kind of just been trial and error them. And I don't do anything the same way twice. I am doing pretty good today. I haven't been up very long.
Wait before 6 o'clock. And it's like,
I'd barely got to bed by 6 o'clock. Only been there a few hours because I stayed up and watched Jonna and Lenora giggling last night. It was hilarious. Huh? Maybe she didn't go to bed. I want to learn to crochet, but I will forever buy from you. You make so much cute stuff. Oh, well, thank you, Preppy. Um, if you want to learn to crochet, I have tutorials on here to learn to crochet in 30 minutes. Give it a shot. I'm working on a test pattern for another Yarny sister. Oh, cool. I struggle with patterns, so I'm envious of those that can just sit down with a pattern and do whatever. Because I don't even know. I get confused reading the patterns. I lose count. I don't like counting my stitches. So I struggle with that. That's why I like the tutorials, because when I can watch the tutorials and do it. But Preppy, I'm pretty sure that you can crochet. I am watching you from my kitchen again while cooking dinner. Oh man, it's 9 o'clock and a quarter till 10 in the morning here. I didn't have any breakfast. Sound yummy. Very yummy. Okay, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4. I want one more petal. Maybe
tonight. A
a
little late.
Christmas
That
party.
people were either sick or on vacation.
It's almost late enough to wait till next year.
Ah,
Yeah, I just wouldn't call it Christmas party. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, love fried chicken tenders. Okay, so we're gonna plop this up here near this gnome nose, like she's smelling a flower. Waiting for my son and his family to get here. Can't wait to see them and my grandkids, which reminds me I've got to get the house in order. I'm in Texas. I will chat with you later. All right, Digo, thanks for stopping in. It's 8:15 here. I don't have to make dinner tonight. Hubby is putting a pork butt on the smoker. Oh, yay. Sounds good. You have a wonderful weekend too, Digo. I'm glad you like the idea because I'm struggling with this one. I'm definitely struggling with this one. But she's going to be smelling this flower. It's because she's going to have several of them right up here at her nose. Because I don't like the chin. So I guess on my over, I mean, how do you make a girl gnome? I love the idea of making a girl gnome. But I'm not having a lot of luck materializing it, making it come to life.
What little?
Well, that's what I had discovered the last time I went in there. But they kept saying, or I kept seeing the signs that said they get new shipments daily. And I'm like, why are you getting a truck every day if you're going bankrupt? That makes like no sense. Oh, oh. Well, that looks even weirder. Just having one flower. You can make your regular gnome with the legs and just add a skirt and braids. Skirt can. Oh, well, that is a good idea. Fed up. My idea for the next girl gnome was to put her in um overalls. I'm gonna have to sew that down. Yeah, I guess I might as well start just making a whole bunch of flowers because that's I think the basket of flowers will finish her up pretty good. The basket of flowers and oh, flowers in a pocket would be cute too. Yeah, so if I get the flowers up here, okay, I'm making more flowers. I need flower colors, flower colors. Hello, Dennis. I like the flowers in the pocket. Well, I'm going to look for flower colors.
Okie dokie. School letters on the hat, so she could
Yeah,
always
the
do
school
one
letters
on
will
the.
be on the hat. I knit gnomes for my daughter. She decorates her house with it. She also keeps a few on her desk at work. Oh, cute. Yes, preppy. She definitely needs some on the hat. The hat is kind of like a bucket hat because I didn't want her to look like a. I didn't want her to have a witch hat.
all things.
You didn't take his picture with the chickens? I don't know either. What's your name, sweetheart? He was just looking at the
Found my
TV.
kitten in the basket.
Vima, I am planning to do my first live stream soon, maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Not live stream. I don't know anything about anything, but I have so enjoyed the live streams. Just get on and yak. People stop in and they jump in and it is so much fun. And I just think I love the live streams because I get really bored working by myself. And when people come in and then they talk and it's just so much more fun. And it's more fun actually if you invite somebody to join with you because then you can keep on a conversation and people can join in and you don't really feel like you're talking to yourself because, yeah. Hi, Brooke. Yes, I remember you. He's standing in here looking at the TV, trying to cover up with my carpet and with my rug, and got his really sad face on. I don't know what his problem is. I seen those there. So cool and cute. Hope it comes out some.
Got 12 different colors. Two quilts back, so I'm going to have to put my binding on that.
Bemis says the cat in the bucket is turned out beautiful. Nice work. Yeah, you're doing really good. I really need to watch somebody's video on how to make flowers. Well, I don't know either.
Here or what?
Well, you could always take it off of Wi-Fi and put it back on. But I mean, you've been freezing up since you started. All right. That was an easier way to make the flower. What are you doing, Stinker? Granny worries about you. You should have seen him march into school the other day when we went to get him tested. He took off running like, oh, that's where JJ is.
Okay, I took
Hope
it
you
off
have a good day.
Wi-Fi.
We
Is that
have
any
more
better?
bad weather coming in. Dennis, you've had a lot of bad weather down that way. I've noticed that I remember you said you weren't really in it, but I've got family that lives in Jackson, and they are right in the middle of it. And it's scary, some of the storms that we're going through there.
Well, you know that tornado, or I think it was, that went through Rolla? That's only 30 minutes from my sister
Oh yeah.
in Missouri.
Well, they
Yeah.
I haven't. It's been a lot of them. Cape Girardeau is where they've been the last few days, and that is right down there by my sister. And I guess they were going down there anyway. There was so much flooding and stuff that they couldn't even make it into the house.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the flowers are going to be okay. You want Granny bring you your snacks? Hold on, I gotta bring in this. A flower is basically the beginning of a granny square. Uh, there's what I did to it. I used I used the magic circle and squeezed it all together because I don't really want my flowers flat. Chain two double crochet, chain two, slips. That's the that's the one I'm doing, Vima. That's how I'm doing my flowers. I'm gonna take him his snacks. Are you in there tearing up Jack?
I don't know anything about crocheting. I only sew. And as I said, trying to learn how to do the embroidery. And I do have some cross stitch that um, I want to do here. I've got some. It's quilt block stamp for cross stitch or embroidery that I hope to do one of these days. But it's one of my many projects I have going down one of these days. It's just one of those things. One of the local quilt shops went out of business, and I bought one of these to just thinking, oh, maybe I can do this one of these days. So we'll see. And I like butterflies. That's one of my things.
Preppy, I hope your friends are doing good. Their backyard's full of water. Bobby, did you do something because
Yes,
you're
I took myself off of Wi-Fi, so
well, it's working better. Sewing is okay till my mom does it and my grandma, they make masks. I do
um,
sewing. I make purses and handbags, wallets, stuff like that.
I made about 400 masks when COVID hit.
I
I
didn't
think
I didn't make that many.
I can't remember if I still have some or not, or if I finally threw them away because I was tired of looking at them.
Absolutely. Missed us, but might get us today. Well, Dennis, be careful with all them storms. I watch Max Velocity on YouTube for my weather. I did cross stitch long time ago, just some flowers for the TV cover. Yes, I like the crochet. Crochet is so pretty. Bobby's just learning. She was she was doing something and I'm like, "What the crap are you doing?" So I got to show her a little bit to try to
Yeah,
help her.
I was taking it in and then pulling it up through and going back down, and she showed me a different way, so it's been a lot easier. Although once in a while I fall back into habit.
Well, once in a while, you don't have a choice. And also there's a lot of stitches on embroidery where you're like, pull your yarn through and you're wrapping your needle around in circles and then sticking it back through, and there's a lot of different embroidery stitches that cause you to have to, not be able to do it all at once.
Well, with this, especially the double, um, where I've got the applique, like the basket on top of the kitten, it's really hard to get through, and sometimes I have to go in and back up because I just have a hard time
Yes.
trying to get through.
Yeah, you put your backing on first, and yeah, that's hard. It is hard to get through there. I did cross stitch. Good to have a friend in it can help when in need. Jonna and Lenora were making fun of me last night because I have spent so much money on crafts. And I have over the years, I have
It's not cheap
thousands
hobbies.
wouldn't cover it, huh?
It's not cheap hobbies, whether it's quilting, crocheting, knitting, cross stitch. They're
Yeah,
not
I don't
cheap.
know. I don't know of any cheap hobbies, but I do craft probably more than the average person, but I like different stuff. But yeah, we were talking about rug tufting last night, and I did that for a little bit. What I don't like about that, I mean, besides there's a major learning curve with that, is it's messy. But I did the rug for one of the kids at work, and they loved it. So it was, going home to India. So I was glad to be able to do that for that student, but it's not something I could do a lot of because my gosh, it goes through yarn in a hurry. What you looking for now? Huh? You don't know? Huh? You looking for Granny's drink? Granny's got it up here. Come here. Come here. Ellie, get down. He's on a search. On a search. I feel like that too, Vima. I totally agree. I want to make stuff, and I like to give it to people. I like to do my craft shows and all kinds of stuff. Can you say hi to Bobby? Can you say hi to
Hi,
Bobby?
Levi. Hi,
Can you say hi to
Levi.
Bobby?
You just see me yesterday.
Oh, he's got his fingers going today. Did you see Bobby? Are you paying attention?
Hi,
No.
Levi.
Oh, he's looking up.
Hi, Levi.
Say hi.
Hi, Levi.
Well, he stuck his middle finger. Yep,
Ah.
he did do it. Good job. Good job. Oh, big boy. Oh, man. Guess he wasn't done. He grabbed that. Can you say hi to Vima? Say hi, Vima. Hi, Preppy. Yeah, you can say it. Yay. Now, if we can get him to lift his hand on his own. Uh-oh, now he got shy. Oh, now he got shy. Now he's gonna high chives. Now he's gonna high chives. Well, I wonder what happened to Scott because he's a half hour late.
Probably overslept.
Yeah, he likes to do that and then say, "Oh, well, now it's 1 o'clock. Do you still want me to come?"
Mm.
It'd be nice to have a babysitter that was dependable. And I'm on my phone, so I can't even text him and say, "Hey, you're going to bother to be here today?" It's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Very frustrating.
I had a babysitter when I first had Matthew that I would go over her house and beat on her door and beat on her door and beat on her door. Dogs would be barking, and she could not get up for nothing. And, you know, I ended up I'd go back home and call Janet and say, "Hey, can you babysit for me? Because the gal that's supposed to be babysitting can't even be bothered to get up in time for me to take Matthew." So she babysat for a little while until I finally got a different babysitter.
I was gonna say that would have been the end of that for me.
Yeah, because I mean, I think she babysat 3 days, and couple days I was almost late, and that the last couple days she didn't even bother answering the door, and it's like,
Why did she
I've
say
already
she'd do it if she didn't want to?
well, she advertised, but she goes, "I just have a hard time getting up." And I'm like, "She should have been up at least 30 minutes before I was coming there." She had a little baby, same age.
Well, here, preppy babysits babies, toddlers, month-old babies, and some 5-year-olds. See, she'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Well, there's a neighbor girl down the road. I mean, she goes to school at a different place, but her parents live here. They didn't like the school where I'm at. So their kids still go to a small school and they live with his mother through the week and then they come home on the weekends. And she is in Levi's space. I mean, just constantly in his face. She does not run out of energy. She is constantly engaging him. And that is really good for his autism. So I'm excited about her being able to be here this summer. But like I said, Scott should have been here half an hour ago and I can't call him. So I'm kind of stuck with the whenever he shows up for now because I don't want to get off my live stream because I had plans to do this today.
Hmm.
But I'm absolutely positive it'll be some lame excuse if he does bother to show up.
I forgot to set my alarm. I
What's
don't even
that?
need. He forgot to set his alarm. I don't even need an alarm anymore. As I said, I was up before my alarm went off.
Well, it is possible because he's on the fire department. It is possible that they had some, needed some rescue calls around here last night.
Well, Harbor Freight's air conditioning unit on top caught fire last night, but it was put out quickly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we're going to do some blue flowers this time. This is kind of getting away from the school colors, but you can't really dictate what color.
Yeah, I don't see blue and white flowers, kind of. Sometimes you just gotta
Well,
have a
white
little
flowers are
color.
pretty, you know, but I like the colored flowers.
Hmm.
So she's, you know, it don't have to be school colors, I guess, for flowers. Because the thing is, with doing it with this magic ring thing, I have to do the centers so loose, and I'm not used to doing loose crochet. My tension's always pretty tight. But if you do this tight, then you can't pull that magic rings. can't pull the centers tight. I wish I had another phone here. I forgot to charge my Kindle to see if I could check emails and stuff and on it, because I had intended to do that, because I really would like to be able to do like Jonna does. She has hers there with her, and if somebody emails her a picture, she can show it, and that is so cool to see whatever everybody's making. Because I mean, people are so creative. I subscribe to a lot of people on YouTube, and they make everything. I've even subscribed to some like cooking channels. How do you like that, Bobby? Since I cook so much. Hi, Otis.
Ah, that's hilarious.
Glad you're here. Yes, I remember you. Yeah, I literally have subscribed to some cooking channels. I thought you'd get a kick out of that one.
Yep.
Not that I'm going to try their funky recipes. Not all of them. But I will be honest. It is Lavina is who I subscribe to. And she has an Amish cookbook. And I am going to buy that cookbook from her one of these days, but she makes some of the neatest stuff, and it's all, like the way they did it when she was growing up. She's no longer Amish.
Yeah, you told me about her.
That's funny, Otis. This is Bobby. She's my bestie, but she's not my mom.
Oh God, you're the only
Oh,
person
that's
who
funny.
thinks I'm
That's
not looking
hysterical.
older.
That is just hysterical. But to be honest, all you can see is the top of your head.
I guess I needed to laugh for the day. We aren't that far apart in age.
Well, you've frozen again.
Oh.
Preppy says she's crying. She thought that was hysterical. That is pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know to laugh or cry because he thinks I'm your mom.
Well, you're frozen right now, so you're looking down, so you really can't tell.
I don't know what.
Oh, there you're coming back a little bit.
Ouch.
I saw your arm move. I wonder, what kind of roof does your...
I have metal roofs.
Huh?
I have a metal roof in both my house and my shed.
That's what's wrong with your signal. Your signal can't get through the metal roof.
Let me see if I can move this to a little closer to the window. Maybe I can get a better signal.
I don't know if you can open your window, but your metal roof is what's wrong with your signal. Because my mom has the same trouble with her metal roof. And if you're not sitting in the house with her router. Hi, Prawn. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry.
Looks like, yeah. Prawnsville Live.
I'm a boy on my grandma's phone. I can't comment on live streams on my iPad. Otis, please don't comment about how old you are if that's really how old you are. We want to keep our chats safe for everybody. And we don't want anybody doing anything. We don't want any predators on here. We want a safe place for everybody. And we love that you're here talking to us. Just please don't say your hometown. You can say your state where you live or your country, but don't say your age or your real name or what else, Bobby?
Yeah, I think you about covered it.
Okay, yeah, because we want a safe place for everybody. And we like the kids to show up and learn and talk too. So we want everybody to have fun. Right. Don't say where you live. You can say the state or the country because we really love people saying when they're from other countries. That is fascinating to me that, okay, I'm getting a little Bible history. Do you remember in Job where the Lord was saying, can you say hello or bounce around the world or something? I can't remember the exact scripture. But in that scripture, he's talking about cell phones way back in Job. Now I can't remember the exact scripture, but I thought that was just fascinating that way back in Job in the Bible that it mentions that. It was just pretty amazing to me. It is just interesting. Well, the gnome is looking better, I have to say, since I'm adding the flowers. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Well, that would just makes a cute little flower. Yes, yes, yes. That's cool. Everybody needs that. My sister won't do her laundry. I don't have any skirts. I'm not a fan of doing laundry yesterday or doing laundry either, but I did a load yesterday and I threw it in the dryer and guess what? It's still there.
I do have one in the dryer. I forgot. I don't even remember it going off, the buzzer going off, but I was busy doing other things.
Yeah.
Took me 2 hours to get the potato salad done because I kept trying to peel them and do the eggs during the time I was trying to watch my two shows.
Oh,
Between NCIS, Australia, and Fire Country. I was going back and forth during the commercials.
it's been a long time since I've watched. If I'm going to watch stuff, I usually watch it on Netflix or YouTube. And I binge watch really bad. Oh, Dennis, that's nice that you have a Bible study right there in your building. All right,
Oh,
Otis, you come back anytime. We're glad that you're here. What you need, sweetheart? What you need, sweetheart? You need your babysitter to show up. Wouldn't that be nice? What, back up? Oh, goodness. Oh, it's so big. Oh, it's so big. I'll get it for you. I'll get it for you. He gets up here and he lays his hand on it, waiting, and he just waits for me to hand it to him.
mm,
That's just pretty good. They don't just grab it because he used to just grab it and then it was spilled everywhere, and then Granny had a lot of extra work to do, and Granny didn't like that, did she? No, so now you just ask for it. That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
oh, I gotta keep the caps on really hard on these because Lincoln can unscrew them and he wants to drink it right out of the bottle and he gets a little sloppy.
Oh yeah, we don't give. Oh, now you're gonna have to sit up here if you're gonna have my sody. You're gonna have to sit up here. Granny's gonna get you. Granny's gonna get you. Oh, 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 oh! Give me that head. Give me that head. I got it. I got it. Oh, you're a mess. You're a mess. Now, feet down, feet down, feet down. We're in Hebrews. Hebrews is there's a lot of information in Hebrews. All right, now you're standing on my toys. Yeah. I am liking the flowers. And I may just put a bunch of stems in, sew her hands like this and
Yeah,
put a
I
bunch of
think that would look better.
and put some stems in here instead of like putting a basket.
I think that would look better.
Now I can't really tell that her nose is a nose, but I think it would too. I think I can live with that. I think that would be cute.
Uh-huh.
All right. New plan. What do you think, Preppy? She likes the flowers. She'd already answered me. I didn't even see it. I tell you what, I have snagged so many fingernails last night. I think that will take me from really hating this gnome to liking it. And then I think, well, guess what? I'm getting down to this teeny tiny scrap here.
Preppy says, awesome, love it. That's the perfect gnome. Dennis says it looks good.
Well, thanks, everybody. Okay. We need a tie. Now, I know for a fact that when I left yesterday, I told Scott, see you tomorrow. You can email that address anytime you want to, Preppy. I've already boxed it up and ready to ship it. but it won't go out today because by the time I get to the post office will be closed. And I have to get a post office box. Because I have people that would like to send me stuff, and I just want to be safe for everybody. I'll ask my mom to do more work and to get more money, and ask my grandpa. I one yarn chicken with that snowman I was working on. Literally had an inch and a half left. Now that's some serious yarn chicken playing, Lenora. That's serious yarn chicken. Are you back? Are you back? Come see Granny. I know. I know. I know. It is. It is. We are in gnome transformation mode. Yeah, that's super close, Lenora. Super close. I've done the yarn chicken, where I've had, a couple of feet left. And thinking that was close, but that's nothing compared to an inch and a half. Okay. I know Scott's not showed up yet, has he? No, he hasn't. Okay, well, I don't like that, so we're going to change that to a different color after we sew the hands together. What's the matter? Well, Levi is not happy. And I have no idea what it is that's upsetting him. And Ellie's got a low growl going on. Hope the weather is nice there. It was in the 80s here. It is not. It's like I think it's in the 40s today, Dennis, and cold and wet. It wouldn't have been a big deal if I'd have had more white, but I can't find any more in my stash. I have this big bag that must have 20 skeins of white in it. I wish I could just do that, the Tabitha thing and send it to you, Lenora. Oh no, it's not Tabitha. Who is it? Samantha. Wouldn't that be nice? I'd use that to clean my house all the time. What's the matter, Tinker? What matter? Okay.
A few more things plugged in
here. Okay. Yeah, mail me some warm weather. Hello, Tracy. Yes, Tracy. Scott didn't show up, and we keep trying to talk about him, but he ain't showed up yet. And I think Levi is hollering for him. Either that or he wants his diaper changed. But yes, I can't call him, or I would have. And I said, "Hey, were you gonna bother to show up today?" I don't know if he had a fire call or anything last night, though. Okay, I'm going to take off and change a diaper and try to see what's wrong with my little feller. Yes, I know. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Ready to change your kids?
Yeah, some kids actually want to have their britches changed. That's more than Lincoln does. I think he can walk around in a dirty diaper all day and not be upset because he don't like his diaper changed. I keep telling him, well, learn how to go to the bathroom in the big boy bathroom and you wouldn't have that problem. What kind of bird do you have, Preppy?
Big size. That's the big size. That's right. Daisy. Daisy. Daisy.
Parakeet, huh? Do you keep him caged up, or does he get to fly out, or does he sit on one of those little, I guess, pedestal?
Get your drink? Yep, you got your drink. Here's one of these. Oh.
I'm doing great, Dennis.
Well, that was great that Tracy's on there. My bird's going crazy. They're biting my hair. Oh, you have a bird.
Got a parakeet.
Oh, how cute. Boy, I am so glad that Tracy's on here. She's a lifesaver.
All three, they stay in the cage most of the day, except when they get 2 or 3 hours outside of the cage flying around and they stay on their stick. Sometimes they have a rest from flying.
Oh, that is so cool.
Do they make a lot of noise?
I'm gonna have to let the doggy out. Boy, my kitchen floor is a mess and I just mopped it. Well, I really, really, really hope she got a hold of Scott. In their cage, they make noises when they play fighting, but when they're far away from each other, they'll go crazy and start chirping all over. That's so cute. Apparently, my chat quits working on occasion too. And Jonna inadvertently told me how to fix it last night because Lenora's chat froze. And I didn't know if I was doing it right or not, but apparently I was because it worked for Lenora. But sometimes I can't see what everybody's doing, and they'll keep talking, and I can't see anything. And I guess I buffered yesterday and went completely out, and I didn't know it. He didn't answer. He may still be sleeping. Who knows? Oh no! Oh no! Still sleeping at 10:30. Knowing he was supposed to be here at 9:30. Oh man, am I gonna rib him? Thanks for trying, Tracy. Appreciate that. Hello, Kush. I am doing good. How are you? Levi's not happy. Levi's not happy at all. I know. Scott's usually here to play with you, isn't he, silly? Isn't he, silly boy?
You've put Cocoa Melon on and he's not happy?
Yeah, Cocoa Melon is on. No, he loves Scott. Scott plays with him and that's what he's wanting right now. He's wanting attention right now. Yeah, I come in the other day. All right, Preppy, go ahead. We'll be right here. I came in the other day. I don't remember what it was I was doing, but I walked into the living room. There sat Scott in the chair. Had his mouth open, sound asleep. I mean, just sound asleep. Thanks, Tracy. So then I ribbed him all day about coming to work to sleep.
He's not even that old.
Well, he's older than you think he is.
I know, but I didn't take naps until here about the last 5 years.
Oh, shoot. Well, I couldn't ever take a nap sitting in the chair like he does. But I could always take a nap. See you later, Dennis. You have a good day. Thanks
Bye,
for stopping
Dennis.
in. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, there's another flower. Another flower. I'm gonna have to make some leaves. But I am filling up. Oh. I am filling up my spot here. So, oh, thank you, Dennis. We hope so too. It is pretty cold here. So, how can we pick on Scott when he gets here? Sometimes he literally does not wake up until 11, 12 o'clock. And I've had every excuse under the sun. From late calls to I overslept to my phone didn't, my alarm didn't go off. I've had every excuse. So, how about we bet? What is the excuse today?
Well, I stayed up listening to all the alarms going off, or what is it that he sits there and listens to the calls.
Yeah. Well, he goes on every single call that he thinks he could possibly help with. He goes, and that's commendable. I mean, he goes and he drops everything. Well, he doesn't leave Levi alone to go, but he drops everything to go help somebody. Now, how sweet is that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he enjoys that and he works at it, and he loves to be able to do that. But I'm guessing my bet will be he was probably up helping Corey work on lawnmowers all till late at night. That's what happened. That's my guess.
My guess is he was out on calls.
And you think he's out on calls? Okay, so there's two. Bobby's out on calls. Mine was working late because they've been working on lawnmowers. 78 there right now. That's cool. Well, I think they were probably out working late and he fell asleep or would sleep late, and that's my guess. Yours is out on calls. Tracy, what's your guess? What are you doing, stinker? Huh? What's the matter? What are you doing? Huh? Go come in here with Granny. Uh-oh. Hold on. Come down here with Granny. Come down here with Granny. Well, he went right back upstairs.
Maybe he thinks nobody's gonna pay attention to me. I'll just go back to bed.
Well, I think he's actually, I think he's looking for Devin or Scott. That's what I think. Well, see, since Scott's usually here, he loves Scott. And and Devin took off, and he doesn't like Devin taking off. And I mean, he's upstairs hollering right now. So I don't know what's going on. I think my chat might have quit.
The last thing I've got is Dennis saying it's 78 degrees right now.
Yeah, that's what I got too. Okay. Well, when it doesn't move very much, I'm checking it because I'm silly about not knowing when it's quit. I can't tell. I don't know what the tell is because it doesn't notify you. Oh, well, good, Lenora. Glad to see you didn't take off and leave us. She was making these cute little snowmen last night.
I can't even.
But I can't show them to you because I can't open an email or anything, so she can't even email it to me. But they were just a cute little adorable snowmen. Oh my gosh. Why are you making snowmen, Lenora? We don't want snow, we want spring. No snow.
Cute little bunnies. It's springtime. Easter.
Well, hey,
here comes Peter Cottontail hopping down the bunny trail.
Oh yeah, it's so funny whenever you're speaking of these songs, they're on Cocomelon.
Uh-huh.
What is it? There's they've changed the words. Hi, fed up? Oh no, yeah, that's oh, I hate cutting things. I hate cutting things out. And it takes a lot to snip those rag quilts.
Oh.
My scissors have springs on them.
Every time I do a rag quilt,
Lenora, sure you do.
Every time I do a rag quilt, I say, this is the last time I'm doing this rag quilt. And then the next time I do a quilt, I'm like, okay, dang it, I'm doing this. And then I'm like, this is the last one I'm doing.
Yes. But it's hard to do. Okay. Now the dog wants out. Does anybody else that has a dog ever have clean windows?
No. Matthew and Haley, Zeus loved always. I mean, the full view door, that's where their noses was at. Always.
Every window that my dog can get near is just smeared so bad you can't even see out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I invested in those kind of scissors because, well, there is no other way to put it. Bobby, you're froze like this. I'm lazy and opening and closing, so I have the springs. These are my favorite scissors. My favorite. They have the short little top. They are so sharp. They cut leather. Well, I don't cut anything that's not like my sewing stuff. Yarn, fabric, I don't switch my scissors out. They're paper scissors or they're sewing scissors. They're not all purpose. But these are my favorite because I can get my hands in them. You can hold them. They don't hurt. My dad had to have some of these for fishing. He wanted them in his tackle box because he could get his fingers in there. But anyway, I ordered several of these to put in my booth at the festival here in a couple weeks.
See, this
Oh,
is
because some
mine.
people I know keep going on about whip piles, so I'm working through my whip pile with minor detours. Well, okay, so we were picking on Lenora about the whips. Yeah, mine are like that, except I mean they're orange handled. So
Yeah.
that's my favorite kind of scissors. I need the springs because
I love these because I got, I can get my hands in there and they're so much easier. But like for littler work, when I want to get real close, I have these scissors like this that has the curve in it.
you're not you froze up again.
Dang it.
That is I am 100% sure that is your metal roof.
Let me go back to Wi-Fi and see if it's...
Well, you're not going to get Wi-Fi through that metal roof. Oh, you're back. You're back. Did you come back and see Granny? Uh, oh, well, mine doesn't show. Mine doesn't show how much. Mine doesn't show how much that I've got. Oh, we're just crazy people. Okay, now I need to add, well, I need some more flowers. I need another blue flower. See, the bouquet of flowers is coming out. See, I've got her strings
It's
and I've
looking better.
sewed her hands together and I've got the stems. So that is looking better, but I want another flower and then I put some leaves on. Okay, I can live with this. It's better. Susan's not on today, but Susan um Susan was the one that suggested this. Uh Preppy, this I just wrapped the green around my fingers and I sewed it under here and then I sewed it actually to the gnome and then I sewed the hands over it. But all that is just looped green thread or green yarn and then I cut it. So it's just kind of like a little tassel there. Using it as motivation to get through the pile. Yes! I don't like whip piles. Yes, I don't like them.
It's in progress. Left.
Had 5 what?
I'm working on right now. And the one started with the grandma's flower.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Finished.
Well, mine is finished, but it's up there. But it's all hand pieced. And as soon as you stick a machine to it, it's not worth a dime. You know.
And I might... hand.
Well, I know it takes me months to do it by hand. But I also wouldn't want to pay somebody to do it. But I mean, that was years ago, and I still have that. I have that quilt top done. And I keep thinking it doesn't really matter if it's worth anything or not, does it? Because it's not like it's going to get sold. And even if they have quilt shows, very rarely do they have quilt shows that's hand pieced, hand quilted,
Yes, they do.
or at least not around here. Yeah, Fed Up says you're freezing up more with on Wi-Fi. I think she's right because it is freezing up. Man, I'm about to use up this whole piece of screen. I am surprised that my aunt hasn't popped on this morning. She's probably still cleaning up water and mud from all the storms down there where she's at. She had water coming in her garage the first night, and she gets like mudslides and stuff. So I'm hoping that's not the case, that she's not got a house full of mud. She lives she lives kind of at the bottom of this great big hill, and I have never seen mud come into the house like she talks about happening. It's almost like the wall lifts up and the mud just comes in.
Hmm.
And I feel bad for her, because she's not really old enough to retire, or she might just be old enough to retire. But she's been on disability now for a long time because she's had problems with blood clots, and so now she's going to be cleaning all that stuff, although her kids do come and help her some, so that helps. But okay, I'm going to put some more green leaves in it. I think I need darker. Do you think I need darker green leaves too?
Probably help to have a contrast.
Put more darker green leaves in it.
Yeah, it'd be a contrast.
Yeah, I like the contrast. I really like the leaves sticking out, but they kind of look like they're more pastel colors in there. Okay, I'm taking the dog out. I look at that front window and I'll never be able to see out my front window. Never, never, never. Because she sits there and every bicycle, bird, cat, whatever. There's some yarn chicken, Lenora. I can make another leaf. That's all I've got of that. Well, not all I've got. It's all I've got on that skein. Okay, hide this from the youngin. Take the dog out. I shall return. All right, Preppy, I gotta find the dark green for leaves. All right, let's take the dog out. Take the dog out. You probably won't do anything because it's raining.
If it was up to me, the dog would stay out. But hey, I'm not a dog person. To me, animals should be outside, but that's just me. My house gets dirty bad enough without the animals inside. Hello, Tro. And did we just go off and come back on because we glitched? Lenore, did I just glitch or did she glitch? Am I echoing? Yeah, I figured that.
Oh my gosh, she actually went out in the rain. Okay, I gotta find dark green. Dark green. Where's my bag of tricks? This'll work. Use this dark green.
We glitched.
We glitched, I'm not working.
We glitched.
So you can't see me?
I can. I'm echoing.
Well, my messages are here. You're frozen. I don't know if you can refresh it or not. I'm still showing that I've got 8 people here.
Yeah.
Can anybody hear me and see me? Can you see Bobby? Preppy says she can. Tove says hello, Tove. How are you? Volume is very low and hers is echoing. What the crap?
No, she's frozen.
Okay, my timer started over. Bobby, if you could try that link again. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Are you back in?
We glitched.
Yeah, I heard we glitched. Okay, you're back.
Yeah, but I'm echoing.
Hello, Alice. I remember. Okay, well, you may be echoing, but I don't know what to do with it. Check your chat. See if you can refresh your chat.
How do I do that?
On the bottom left of your screen, there's a thing that looks like a chat screen with a asterisk on it.
Uh-huh.
Click that and hit all messages.
Okay. Did that help? No.
I don't hear you echoing anymore.
I do.
You're frozen again. I know it is your metal roof. I absolutely know it. Can you get a hotspot on your tablet?
How am I going to hit a hot spot on my tablet?
Do you have your tablet? Do you have a hotspot on your tablet?
No, and I don't even have my tablet here.
Oh. Hello, Alice. How are you doing today? Okay, Ellie is now barking again at something. Don't know what. Wonder if Scott pulled in. I don't know. You must be still echoing. I don't know, but you're frozen. You may have to restart your stream. Both your sounds are messed up. Okay.
How do I restart?
Well, I'll have to send you another link and restart it.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to restart the stream. It may take me a couple of minutes, but it won't have any of this description or anything in it, so I'm just going to redo. Wait a minute. Let's see if that worked. Oh, that just sent me on into one. Okay, I'm going to restart the stream completely, and we'll be right back.